The time of reckoning draws near. Ravenclaw, my instrument of chaos, you have done well to gain their trust. Now it is time to drive the dagger home. Listen closely, for the words I speak are the whispers of the darkness itself. When you stand among them, remember that the power of the pack is not in their unity, but in their savagery. Unleash the beast within, and let the inner circle be consumed by their own ferocity. Aya, the Huntress, must be the one to bring about her own downfall. Tempt them with the promise of unbridled strength, of shedding the weakness of compassion, and embracing the true nature of the wolf. The lure of power is a potent one, Ravenclaw. Dangle it before them, and they will follow you into the very depths of darkness.
Hey there, Cudlack. You asked for me?
Ayla, seems our guest has arrived.
Ah, so you're the one Codlack has been speaking of.
Must be.
I've heard stories about your abilities. I must say, I'm intrigued.
I hope they've all been good stories. I've been trying my hardest.
Oh, I'm sure they're enlightening to say the least. Codlack has told me of your unorthodox methods. I must admit, I'm curious to see how you'll fare on a traditional hunt.
A hunt?
Ah yes, the hunt. That's why I brought you both together. As I was saying, I believe it's time we tested your skills in a more traditional setting.
Well, I'm
They will
ready
be
for whatever
joining
you
us.
throw at me.
I expect you both to work together. Your quarry, a mighty elk, said to roam the woods just north of Whiterun.
And I'll be judging your performance, Ravenclaw. So let's see if you can keep up with me.
I want you both to bring back the elk's antlers as proof of your success. And, Ravenclaw, I want you to remember that this is not just about the hunt, but about honor and camaraderie. The companions value these traits above all else.
You don't need to speak to me about camaraderie, dear Cudlack. I know just about it. It's the strength of the pack. A group that sniffs as one. I have felt this in my very loins. I see what you're putting down. The group that hunts together, feasts together.
I see you understand the concept, Ravenclaw. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Camaraderie is one thing, but honor and discipline are just as important.
True.
Companions are not just a pack. We are a family, bound by a code of conduct and a shared history.
And let's not forget, Ravenclaw, that a strong pack is not just about sniffing out your prey, but also about respecting your fellow hunters.
I'm sure Ravenclaw will learn our ways soon enough. Now, let's focus on the task at hand. The elk is said to be a cunning creature, and you'll need all your wits about you to bring it down. Ayla, I trust you'll guide Ravenclaw and teach him the ways of the companions.
I am at your mercy, Huntress.
Ah, I like the sound of that, Ravenclaw. Very well, let's gear up and head out.
And maybe
We'll see if
make
you're
some
as skilled as you are
there you go.
charming.
Remember, Ayla, I want you to work together and bring back that elk's antlers.
Right, I'm focused.
Oh, don't worry, Codlack. I'll play nice.
For now.
Let's go, Ravenclaw.
After you, Huntress. And by the way, you don't have to play nice. I can take it. Well, shit, Ayla. That was the most fun I've ever had.
And that's saying something, I'd wager. Not many can claim to have taken down an elk of that size.
Absolutely.
You've got skill, Ravenclaw. And a bit of flair, I'll give you that. I'm not sure Codlack would approve of some of your unorthodox methods, but it's hard to argue with results.
That's
I
what
must
I'm
admit,
saying.
I'm curious to see how you'll fare on more demanding hunts. The ones that require patience, strategy, and a bit of cunning. Are you up for the challenge?
Of course, Ayla, of course. But don't you ever think that the reason maybe you and I are so good at this is because hunting's in our nature? It almost feels too easy, like it's beneath us to hunt in these ways. Sometimes deep inside me, I feel like it would be more like myself to hunt in my true form, a beast.
To rip flesh with my fangs, and to rip limb from limb with my claws. Join in basking in the fury of the beast.
Ah, Ravenclaw, you speak words that few dare to utter aloud. But I sense that you're not just speaking of the thrill of the hunt. You're speaking of the call of the beast within.
Of course.
The primal urge that cannot be satiated by mere mortal means. I too have felt that call. The rush of power, the freedom of unleashing the beast, of being one with the hunt. It's a feeling that cannot be replicated by any mortal hunt, no matter how thrilling. Tell me, Ravenclaw, have you ever given in to that call? Have you ever let the beast run free?
More times than I care to admit. The beast, it's something I'm proud of. And no offense to Cudlack, I respect him, but he treats it as some sort of disease, an affliction that needs to be destroyed. I don't see it that way. I see it as a gift.
Codlack. He's a good man, a noble warrior.
I know
but
he
he's
is.
blinded by his own desires. He sees the beast as a curse, a corruption of the natural order. But I see it as a gift, a blessing from Hersian himself.
That's what I
The
see.
power, the strength, the freedom. It's exhilarating. And
It's
you,
incredible.
Ravenclaw, you understand that. You know that the beast is not something to be ashamed of, but
course.
something to be celebrated.
Yes.
I think that's why Codlack's so wary of you. He senses that you're not like him, that you don't share his fear and revulsion. And that makes him nervous, but I think it makes you stronger, more alive.
Ayla, your words bring a lot of feelings to my heart. I wasn't aware Cudlack was weary of me and such, as you say, but I did feel like I wasn't fully accepted, not by everybody. I mean, there's a few people like Torvar and you who I've been able to connect with, but then there's a few like Barkas, Vilkas, and I guess now Cudlack who always seem to butt heads with me. I felt like they didn't want me there. Does that make sense?
Ravenclaw, I sense you feel like an outsider among the companions, that you don't quite fit in.
Sometimes I do.
But you're not alone in this feeling. I, too, have felt like that at times. The companions can be unwelcoming to those who don't conform to their expectations. But I see something in you, something that speaks to me on a deeper level.
And
You
what
have a
is that?
wild heart, a heart that beats to the rhythm of the hunt. And I think that's what draws me to you. Torvar sees it, too. He's a good man, a loyal friend. But Codlack, he's afraid of what he doesn't understand.
Then to Sovengarde with Cudlack. He is old, and surely death will come for him at any time. But for now, he is not around. You and I must embrace each other. Let us use our wild hearts together and become beasts, hand in hand. Tonight, let us hunt how we were supposed to hunt.
Ah, Ravenclaw, your words are as bold as they are alluring. I sense that you're not just speaking of hunting, but of something more primal, something that speaks to the very heart of what we are.
Indeed.
I, too, feel the call of the wild, the thrill of the hunt, the rush of power, the freedom of unleashing the beast within. And to do so with you, the prospect is tantalizing. Come, Ravenclaw, let us slip free of our mortal skins and run wild beneath the stars. The beast within me stirs, and I can feel its hunger.
Then come, Ayla, let us shed these skins and embrace the beast within.
Tread lightly. Is there anything else you need?
Yeah, we were...
And with Ayla, no less. I'm sure you two had a wonderful time.
Yeah, we
gallivanting
did,
about
actually.
the countryside, indulging in your...
What are you
Codlack
talking
wants
about?
to see you both, immediately. I'm to escort you to it. Let's not keep him waiting.
Fine. Codlack wants to talk to us. I know where he is. I don't need your escort. Let's go,
Sure, you
Ayla.
think you can just wander in here and disregard the chain of command, don't you, Ravenclaw? Codlack specifically asked...
It's
you to-
Ravenclaw!
You'll do well to show some respect for once. You're not some lone predator roaming the wilderness. You're a companion.
Oh,
And
shut
you're
up.
order.
Codlack, we have returned. Now Vilka spouts some nonsense, but it seems you wish to speak to us.
I see you and Ayla have returned. I trust the hunt was enlightening. Ayla, I must speak with you about the recent developments in the area. There have been reports of ravaged elk carcasses and sightings of unnatural wolf. I fear our ways may have been compromised. And as for you, Ravenclaw, I sense you are becoming more comfortable among us. But I must remind you that discipline and honor are essential to the Companion's Code. We do not revel in wanton destruction.
Codlac, what are you insinuating? We merely hunted, as is our nature. The thrill of the hunt is what drives us, what defines us. Must we be bound by the constraints of mortal men?
Ayla's got a point. Did you just bring us in here to demean us about embracing our inner beast? The very nature that makes us a circle, for we have been blessed, yet you choose to contain us?
Enough, Ravenclaw. I did not bring you here to debate the merits of our...
Codlac, you know as well as I do that the people of Whiterun do not understand us. They fear what they do not know. Perhaps it is time we stop trying to appease them and be true to ourselves.
I disagree, Ayla. Codlac is right. Our actions have consequences. We cannot simply run wild and expect the people to respect us.
Respect? Vilkas, you speak of respect to us? Who cares what the people think when we can't even be true to ourselves? You speak of respect when it is us who disrespect ourselves by denying our beast blood. Every night my tummy aches for the need of flesh. And you wish us to suppress it!
Enough, Ravenclaw. You dare to lecture me on respect. You who have been among us for such a short time, and yet you think you understand our ways. Enough,
I am not
Ravenclaw.
scared of the blood.
Tell me, do you not see the danger in our actions being misinterpreted by the people of Whiterun?
I see where you are coming from, Codlac, but I tell you this. Who are we to deny what we are? It makes no sense. If we are here lying to the people of Whiterun, then what are we? Huh? We're no better than common thieves. We're liars wearing masks of purity. No, Codlac, I think you're wrong. We owe it to these people to show our true faces, and the consequences of their actions will be our history.
Ravenclaw, you are passionate, I will give you that, but you are also reckless and impulsive.
Perhaps it is time for us to be honest with ourselves and with others. But, Ravenclaw, I also think you are naive to think that the people of Whiterun will accept us for what we are. They will fear us. They will revile us. Are you prepared for that?
As prepared as I can be. Ayla, the people of Whiterun are not my pack. The companions are!
Ah, Ravenclaw, you are a true wild heart. I think I am beginning to see why Codlac chose you for this hunt. You have a fire in your belly that cannot be tamed.
That's exactly the problem, Ayla. He's too wild, too unpredictable. He's going to get us all killed with his recklessness.
Enough, Vilkas. I will not have you questioning my judgment, but I must admit, I am intrigued by your spirit. Perhaps it is time for us to re-examine our ways and find a new path forward, one that balances our wild nature with our duty to the people of Whiterun.
Perhaps you are right, Codlac. After all, you are the Harbinger. I will leave you to find a solution for us. Ayla and I will make our way out.
Very well, Ravenclaw. You and Ayla may take your lead.
Thank
But
you.
remember, this conversation is far from over. I expect you both to be mindful of our discussion and to consider the implications of our action. Ayla, I trust you will guide Ravenclaw to ensure that he does not indulge in his wilder impulses.
I will, Codlac. Do not worry.
And I will make sure to keep an eye on them, Codlac. For the
I'm
good
sure
of the
you
companions.
will, Vilkas.
Vilkas, I think that will not be necessary. Ayla is capable of handling herself and Ravenclaw.
I agree. Now we shall take our leave. Vilkas, always getting in the way.
Always the self-appointed watchdog.
For
Thinks he's
real.
better than us just because he's Codlac's right-hand man.
So
But I'll
annoying.
tell you this, Ravenclaw. I've been around long enough to know that Vilkas's bark is worse than his bite.
I believe
We'll
you.
just have to keep our wits about us and make sure we don't give him any reason to report back to Codlac. Besides, I think Codlac's more concerned about keeping the peace with the people of Whiterun than he is about our extracurricular activities.
Just remember, there's a time and a place for everything. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. And another thing, Codlac's been around a lot longer than you. He knows what he's talking about. Maybe you should listen to him more and talk less.
I know, Naja, I know you bring up a great point. But the thing of it is I came here because the beast blood made me whole. Before I was just a simple farmer on the open fields of Skyrim, but now I'm a one with nature, you know? And well, joining a pack of werewolves that encourage you to not embrace your your beast form is, well, it's not what I signed up for.
I have to agree with you. I felt the same way since I was blessed with the beast blood. It's like I finally found my place in the world. And I think that's what Kodlak and the others don't understand. They see the beast as a curse, something to be controlled and hidden. But we know the truth, don't we?
We do.
The beast is what makes us strong, what makes us free.
It's what makes us a
And I'm
pack.
not saying that we should just let our emotions run wild in Jada, but I am saying that we shouldn't be afraid to be who we are.
Seriously, Ravenclaw Ayla, you're speaking straight to my heart. I mean, it felt like there's something missing, like I'm not quite living up to my potential. But when I'm in my beast form, I feel like I'm unstoppable, like I can take on the world. Now, I'm not saying that's always a good thing, but it's a feeling like no other. And I think that's what I love about being a companion. We're not just warriors, we're not just fighters. We're a pack, we're a family. And families stick together no matter what.
Come, Nadja. I know you feel the same. I know you have felt the beast blood tingle within you, wrap itself up in your belly, and explode.
Fine. Yes, I felt it. I felt the rush of power, the freedom of letting go. But that doesn't mean I let it control me. I'm a warrior, not some mindless beast. I have discipline. I have control. And that's what separates me from the likes of some people. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy a good hunt as much as the next person. But I don't let my emotions get the better of me. I'm a companion, not some wild animal. And I suggest you remember that too. We're not just beasts. We're warriors. We have a code. We have honor. Don't forget it.
Being a pack doesn't mean we can't have a code. We can't have ethics. We can't be heroes or doers of justice or whatever it is. Just because we are animals doesn't make us unhinged. And that is what Kodlak teaches. That is what Farkas and Vilkas want you to believe. You see us embraced our beast form and call that weak. You call that losing control. It is anything but.
You're speaking the truth, Ravenclaw. Being a pack, being a companion, it's not about losing control or giving in to our baser instinct. It's about embracing our true nature and using that power to do good, to fight for what's right. And that's what Kodlak and Vilkas don't understand. They think that by denying our beast forms, by hiding who we truly are, we're somehow stronger, somehow more noble. But that's just not true. Our strength comes from embracing our true selves, from working together as a pack, and from using our unique gifts to make a difference. And I think that's what I love about you, Ravenclaw. You see the truth in this, you see the potential in us, and you're not afraid to speak out against the status quo.
Here, here. Well said, Ravenclaw. Well said, Ayla. Been feeling this way for a while now, but nobody's had the guts to say it out loud.
You know, when I got here, I struggled to feel a part of the pack. Vilka's calling me Raven Cow and feeding me this, making me run errands, all sorts of crap. But you've made me feel at home. And that is how I feel like I can share these moments with you. Whether you agree with me like Torvar or whether you disagree and challenge me like Nadja. You are my family, and I appreciate that more than you can ever know.
Ah, Ravenclaw, you're making me tear up. I'm so glad to hear that you feel at home with us.
Tear up because
That means the world to me.
That's good.
And I have to say, I feel the same way about you. You've brought a new energy to the pack, a new perspective. And I love the way you challenge us, the way you make us think. And I think Nyeda here, despite her gruff exterior, has a soft spot for you too.
Oh, shit.
Don't get sentimental on me, Ayla, but fine. You're not as much of an annoyance as I thought you'd be, Ravenclaw.
Oh, that's...
And I suppose you've grown on me, despite your eccentricities.
Come on, Jada. Admit it, you love the guy.
Hey, look, it's alright. The pack isn't a competition of popularity and such. I just want to be with my fellow pups, you know? So, what do you say? Let's sneak out tonight, huh? Let us hunt together as a pack. We will go far from here. We'll say it'll be a little excursion. We'll go about 20 clicks south into the forests, over by Falkreath, and we'll hunt for an entire night. What do y'all say? Are you with me?
Oh, I'm in. I'm so in.
Yes.
A night hunt, just the four of us. Sounds like a blast.
Isn't it gonna be a good time?
I can already taste the thrill of the hunt.
I'm with
Flesh.
you, Ravenclaw. I love the idea of a night hunt. Just us. No rules, no expectations. We can let our hair down, so to speak, and just be ourselves.
Absolute
And
freedom.
Falkreath is a great choice. The forest is beautiful this time of year.
Fine, I'll come. But don't think for a second that I'm doing this because I'm excited about some wild adventure. I'm doing it because I don't want to be left behind.
Whatever you say, Nadja. But hey, try to enjoy it at least a little bit, huh? Come on. Mistress, I come to you humbly to report news of the gathering army I am building for you.
Ah, Ravenclaw, my faithful apprentice. I sense a hunger in your voice, a thirst for power that is most. Please tell me, what news do you bring? How many have you swayed to our cause among the companions? And what of Ayla, the Huntress? Have you gained her trust, as I instructed?
Indeed I have, mistress. I have that woman wrapped around my finger like tweed on a summer day. His brother Farkas taunts me, but I see the scaredness in his eyes. Godlike White Mane does not have too long as the harbinger of the companions. If it is not old age, then it will be me, mistress, who rips out his throat.
Ah, the threads of fate are weaving together so beautifully, aren't they, Ravenclaw? The Companions, once a proud and noble organization, will soon be nothing more than pawns in our game of power. And Vilkas, that pompous fool, thinks he can stand against the tide of darkness that is rising. I can almost taste the fear in his eyes. And soon,
I can smell
I
it.
will feast on his very soul. And Ayla, dear, foolish Ayla. She thinks she is a huntress, a warrior, but she is nothing but a pawn, a plaything for us to use and discard. You have done well, Ravenclaw.
Thank you,
The time
mistress.
of the Companions is drawing to a close, and the era of the Hagravens is about to begin.
Honestly, wasn't that just the best time?
What in the name of the gods do you think you're doing?
I summon you all back here immediately. Stroll in as if nothing's amiss. I've had reports of ravaged wildlife and terrified townsfolk in Fall Creek.
Oh,
The
stop.
Companion's reputation is at stake, and you four seem to be doing everything in your power to undermine it.
Kodlak's right. We've had enough of this reckless behavior. Ravenclaw, or should I say Ravencow,
Enough of that!
seem to be the common denominator in these recent incidents.
The only common denominator, or whatever word you choose to use, is that you have been misusing and miscalling me. My name is Ravenclaw, and I swear to you, Farkas, you misuse my name one more time, I will take you outside and chop your head off with my own bear claws. Well, they're wolf claws, but you know, B-A-R-E, bear claws. You guys understood the differences in the English
Oh,
language.
I'm shuddering in fear, Raven.
Oh, is that
Wow,
so?
I've seen more intimidating threats from a kitten. And as for taking me outside, I'm not sure your bear clothes would be as effective as you think they'd be.
I said
And
bear
not-
claws, he's doing it
This
again!
petty bickering is exactly what I'm talking about. You're all acting like a bunch of children, completely disregarding the Companion's code of conduct and our responsibility to the people of Whiterun. Ravenclaw,
Oh, here we
you
go
may have a
again.
creative way with words, but you need to understand that as a member of the Companions, you are expected to uphold certain standards of behavior.
Honestly, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of this. 'Cause like with all due respect, it seems that you care more about the citizens of Whiterun than you do about the companions themselves. The only thing we owe to each other is to support the pact and to embrace the beast blood within. Yet every step of the way, you choose to support the fears of the people outside instead of your very own.
Ah, Raven, you speak the truth. The Companions are not just about protecting the people of Whiterun, but about embracing our true nature.
Exactly.
The beast blood is a gift, a blessing from Hersin. We should not be ashamed of it, nor should we try to suppress it to fit in with the norms of society. You know as well as I do, Kodlak, that the Companions were founded on the principles of strength, loyalty, and the call of the wild. It's time we remember that.
I'm with Ayla on this one, Kodlak. We can't keep pretending to be something we're not. The people of Whiterun will always fear what they don't understand.
Hear us, Kodlak. Hear your people. We are tired of running from our true nature. Farkas, you sit there solemnly quiet. Do you agree with your brother? I know that deep down you too wish that you could run free. Is that not so, brother in beast blood?
Ah, Raven,
You know me, brother. I've always tried to follow Kodlak's guidance, to be a true companion. But yes, there's a part of me that longs to run free, to feel the wind in my fur and the rush of the hunt. But I've also seen the destruction that can come from giving in to our baser instincts. I want to be true to myself, to my nature, but I also want to be a force for good.
Oh, great. Now you're going to start spouting poetry, Farkas?
Don't let him speak to you like that, Farkas. You see this? Vilkas and Kodlak, they view us as a disease. But no, the beast blood is something to be revered, something to be proud of, something that our enemies should fear. And if striking fear into the hearts of our enemies isn't the force of good, then I don't know what is.
Ah, thank you, Raven. You understand. The beast blood is not something to be ashamed of, but something to be proud of.
You're twisting my words, Raven. I do not think the beast blood is a disease, but a condition. A condition that must be
Here we go again with the English
lest
language.
we lose ourselves to our baser instincts. And as for striking fear into the hearts of our enemies, that is not what the companions are about. We are about honor, loyalty, and protection, not terrorizing innocent people.
And if you continue down this path, Raven, you'll bring ruin to the companions and to yourself.
Kodlak, you speak of honor. You speak of protection. You speak of loyalty. What kind of loyalty is there for hiding in the shadows for who we truly are? Nadja, you ran with us tonight, sister. You felt the breeze in your hair, the blood on your fangs. Yet, you did not let emotions run high. We did not slay innocent humanoids. We merely hunted beasts as Hiroshima has blessed us. Tell them, sister, what you have seen, what you have felt, the rush and chills of the hunt.
You're right. I did run with you, and I did feel the rush of the hunt. It's been a long time since I've let myself go like that, and it was exhilarating. Last night, I felt alive.
Kodlak? Even Jada understands.
See?
We're not monsters, we're just ourselves. Unapologetically, unashamedly ourselves.
And that's what being a companion should be about.
Torvar said it best. The loyalty is to each other, to other companions, not to the people of Whiterun. Kodlak, please, see what your companions are saying. We're tired of hiding. We're tired of kneeling and bending over to the will and fears of the people. It is time to let ourselves free. Perhaps we leave the city and live in the wild as we were supposed to, but be unapologetically ourselves. Do not cause a rift, Kodlak. It is time for us to leave your Vasker and for the companions to move on to serve Hiroshima in a different manner.
I fear I have lost you all. You want to abandon the city, abandon the people we've sworn to protect. What of our duty? What of our honor? Ayla, Jada, Borva, you were all once warriors, once defenders of the innocent. What has happened to you?
You're not listening, Kodlak. They're not saying we should abandon our duty, they're saying we should be true to ourselves. But I think they're forgetting what it means to be a companion. We're not just werewolves, we're warriors. We have a responsibility to uphold.
And I think you're forgetting, brother, what it means to be a werewolf.
I agree, Farkas. You tell him.
It means we have a different nature, a different heart, and we can't keep pretending that we're just like everyone else. Kodlak, you've always taught us to control our beast, to keep it locked away. But what if that's not the right way? What if the right way is to let it out, to let it run free?
Kodlak, I say once again, with utmost respect, I fear you have lost your way. You bend knee to the people that fear who you truly are. Then fine, you can stay here with Vilkas and whoever else chooses to follow this old man. But we shall be leaving. We'll still remain warriors, but we will be warriors for ourselves. We shall protect the innocent, but we will not, I repeat, we will not sacrifice who we truly are due to the fear of others. Come, Farkas, join us.
I'm coming, Raven. I've made my choice.
Yes.
Kodlak, I respect you.
Farkas, no, don't do this. You're throwing away everything
Wait,
we
Pandas, don't go. We can work through this. We can find a way.
It's too late for that, Kodlak.
It's too late.
We've made our decision. We're leaving, and Farkas is coming with us.
I'm coming too.
We're a pack, Kodlak. And we're leaving together.
It doesn't have to end like this. You all have a decision to make. You can join us, be one with the beast blood, or you can stay here. But I warn you this. Try and stop us from walking out those doors, and our pack will rip every one of you limb from limb. I'm tired of being chained. The beast blood shall be free.
I will not fight my own companion. If you leave, you will be leaving behind the companions as we know it. You will be leaving behind our traditions, our honor, and our duty. And I fear that you will bring shame and destruction upon yourselves
Do
and
not
upon the
guilt
companions.
us,
I will
Cudlack.
not join you, Ray. I will stay here with Kodlak and continue to uphold the Companion's code. Do not think that you can just walk away from this without consequences. You will be remembered as a traitor, and you will be dealt with as such.
Is that a threat?
Let us go in peace.
Is that a threat?
It's not a threat, Raven. It's a promise. You will be dealt with, and you will be brought to justice for your betrayal.
Vilkas, no, let them go. We will not resort to violence against our own.
A promise? Wait, if there is a promise of future violence from your own brother Vilkas, then perhaps it is only fair to deal with this now!
Is this the way you want it to be, Vilkas?
You think you can intimidate me, Raven?
You think you can just transform and I'll back down?
I am a warrior, a companion, and a werewolf. I will not back down from a fight.
No, stop this. We must not fight each other.
Good like is no more!